When it comes to NFL betting, doesn't get much trickier than week 18. Fortunately for you, I've got 5 games for you to bet on Sunday. As a reminder, at any time, you can go ahead and comment down below with your thoughts on these games I'm about to break down. But first, another reminder, for a limited time, you can now get a full month of winners free of charge right now at wagertalk.com with the purchase of a 90-day all access. We will throw in an additional 30 days of service to you at no cost, so you're covered for the next 120 days. That's the rest of football season, not to mention through March Madness and into the NBA playoffs. I'm on a 10-4 all sports run right now, following a nice 3-1 Saturday. Of course, I started 2025 in grand fashion with that massive 5% winner on Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. So head on over to wt.buzz/BP right now for all my top selections. I actually do so after you watch this video. For Sunday, I have a 4% best bet in the NFL. My 2 NFL sides last week were the Cardinals and Giants. Only 2 underdogs that covered. Giants won outright. So wt.buzz/BP, once again, is the place to go after you're done watching this video. Now, let's start the Power 5 in Philadelphia, where the Eagles are hosting the Giants. Philly only a 2.5-point favorite, and if that sounds strange, it's because third stringer Tanner McKee is getting the start at quarterback. Also, no Saquon Barkley, despite the fact he could go for the NFL single-season rushing record. Sounds like both starting receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, will be sitting out as well for Philly. But guess what? The Eagles are still better than the Giants. I'd have them as a 14.5-point favorite if all their regulars were playing. They're obviously not, but a 12-point difference in is just too much value for me to pass up. I know the Giants cashed for me last week, like I just mentioned, upsetting the Colts outright, ironically sabotaging their own draft prospects. But the Eagles have won 14 of the last 17 meetings with the Giants, including 6 of the last 7. 4 of those wins have been by 24 points or more. I'd lay the short number with Philadelphia, guys. They're at home. They're the much better team. It's a discount. I know it's ugly, but it's what I would do in that one. Another 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff is Panthers Falcons. I actually did a standalone video for this NFC South matchup, which you can watch elsewhere here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Of course, make sure you're subscribed. On that deep dive, I said to take the points with the Panthers +8. Yes, Atlanta is another must-win team on the Week 18 slate, but considering they have a rookie quarterback, Michael Penix, making just his 3rd career start, laying more than a touchdown to me is crazy. I know the Falcons covered a similar number 2 weeks ago versus the Giants, but that was largely due to 2 defensive touchdowns. Also, something I mentioned in that standalone video was that prior to last week, Carolina had covered 6 in a row as underdogs. Atlanta, they're just 1-5-1 ATS their last 7 games overall. Plus, head coach Raheem Morris, only 12-23 ATS as a home favorite in his coaching career. You may also want to consider, pardon me, betting the first half over in this game. That particular bet has cashed in 13 of the Panthers' 16 games this season. Moving to the 425 Eastern slate, this is one you'll probably like more, and that's Devontae Adams, anytime touchdown, +130. You can find at DraftKings. This one's pretty straightforward. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers, still 1 touchdown pass away from 500 for his career. Adams has been fairly vocal about how he'd like to be the one that catches it. He's Rodgers' favorite receiver. So probably worth even sprinkling a little bit on Adams to be the game's first TD score. That's +700. By the way, the Jets are now favorites against the Dolphins, even though Miami needs to win this game to have any chance of making the playoffs. Remember, Tyler Huntley is starting at quarterback for them. Tua is injured. I would actually play the Jets' money line in this one, too. Okay, back to the ugly ones. Denver facing a must-win scenario, up to an 11-point favorite over Kansas City. This is 425 Eastern. Kansas City will be resting starters, including quarterback Patrick Mahomes. If the Broncos win this game, they are in the playoffs. If they lose, they're out. For betting purposes, I just think 11 points is too much for them to lay. Yes, Denver is a perfect 7-0 ATS when favored this season. But get this, no team in the Super Bowl era has ever finished a regular season at 8-0 ATS or better as a favorite. And when was the last time the Broncos were asked to lay double digits? Well, it was actually earlier this year, and they did cover 13 in a win over the Panthers. But let's not let that one fact get in the way of a good story, shall we? I like the Chiefs plus the points here, even with Carson Wentz at quarterback. This is too many points for the 2-time Super Bowl champs to be getting. They're due to lose a close one, for crying out loud. Remember, also the Denver defense, they were on the field 84 plays last week in an overtime loss to the Bengals, gave up nearly 500 total yards. For Sunday night football, it's a big one. Winner take all scenario in the NFC North between the Vikings and Lions. The straight up winner of this game clinches first place in the division and the top overall seed in the NFC side of the bracket. That obviously means home field advantage. But I want to talk about the total today. It's the highest of the season in the NFL, currently sitting at 56.5. It's actually the highest NFL total in 3 years. There was a Chiefs-Titans game back in 2021 that closed with a total of 59. That game actually ended up 27-3 in favor of the Titans. They're only 3 points scored the entire second half. But since 2003, guys, NFL games with a total of 57 or higher, 18-7 to the over. I would expect tonight's total will close 57 or higher, and over is the only way I could play it. Yes, it's high, but if you've seen these two offenses and the Lions defense is banged up, certainly I would also advise whichever side you like in this game, take that side over their team total. It's going to take 30 plus points to win this game. All right, that is it for the Power 5 on Sunday. Hope you enjoyed it. I was playing a little bit hurt, guys. Blew up my back yesterday. Grin and bear it, though. Wanted to get you guys some free plays here, though, for the NFL. So smash that like button if you enjoyed the show. Comment down below with any questions or thoughts on today's games. Make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And until next time, let's cash some tickets.